What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Dumb talking about video, and today we're talking. You can probably tell by the title of this video. I've done 20 of these videos, and each time is like a chapter of my life because I can always look back at it and be impressed by the kind of person I've become. I've been in way too many relationships that sometimes it's hard to reflect because there was so many, and I never really gave time to reflect on it in the first place. I used to jump out of relationships and then the next week jump into another one without any like retention in between, in the middle, and I know that's not healthy at all. Also, I do want to like disclose this. I'm not like using this video to like come back after my exes or anything like that. Everything I'm talking about is stuff I'm learning about myself. It's not what I learned about this person because I'm no longer in a relationship with this person. There's no reason for me to continue to learn more about that person. I know that I'm far from perfect. I say it all the time, but it's about time that I put myself in like a spotlight and like take responsibility for the stuff that I've done. And it's always, I don't know, whenever I make a video and I know that I'm gonna sit back and watch this video, it's nice to be able to be like, okay, remember what you said in this video. Remember that's your goal, because it's hard for me to remember stuff. I have like a memory of a goldfish. So today we're talking about what I've learned from my past relationships.
Confidence.
One of my biggest flaws is that I lack confidence. Like, I have no confidence in myself in any way, or it's not that I don't. It's just I'm very good at bullying myself from having any confidence, and to the point that I have no belief in myself or in anything that I do. I could put on a nice outfit, you know, look fly, get compliments from all these people all day, right? They're like, hey, you look good, right? Get a haircut, look good. And then at the end of the day, throughout the whole entire day, I'm thinking I'm just this disgusting looking guy that no one wants to look at. And all the compliments I had was just lies. I insult my intelligence, my willpower, basically anything that's positive and a redeemable quality. I put it down until I believe the opposite. Because I'm not confident in myself, I'm also not confident in the relationship or in anybody else. And how the hell am I supposed to make that work if I'm not confident in someone else? If you have no faith or belief in yourself, how the hell are you supposed to have faith and belief in someone else? It just don't work. Being confident in yourself, and not even just confident in yourself, just having confidence in general is like absolutely crucial to a relationship. I realized this throughout the years, but yeah, it's like crucial, right? I can't just keep putting myself down. Eventually, at some point, I gotta like shut that shit down. Sitting down and just like really thinking like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And realizing how important confidence is, it's become my like #1 priority over everything else. If I'm not confident in anything, I have to be. I have to somehow accept that I need to be confident in this. I need to believe in something, because if I don't have faith in even myself, how the fuck am I supposed to have faith in a relationship? It's just not going to work. I also figured out that no one's ever going to make you their #1 priority, except you. I'm not saying that no one will love you or care about you as much as you do, because that's not true. I know a ton of people in my life who definitely love and care about me more than I can love and care about me. But at the end of the day, everyone has their priorities, right? They have more priorities that just overlap their concern, or not only concern, but like their priorities over you. They have priorities over you, and it's going to happen. That's okay. That's what people are doing. They are supposed to prioritize themselves, and if they're prioritizing you, that shit's not healthy. You gotta think about this, right? You gotta be good enough if someone chose to be with you. Even if it didn't work out, someone chose you. And that alone rings in my ears enough to, you know, have some faith in myself. That I can continue to be not only good enough for myself, but I can be even better for myself that I knew that I should have deserved a long time ago. I should have been good enough to myself. I should always be great to myself. No one's gonna ever make you their #1 priority.
Pride and ego.
This one's really hard for me to even put together because it's something I'm still learning. I have so much pride. The thing is, I never associated the words pride and ego because by definition, they're not necessarily the same thing, but they also are. Especially when it comes to asking anyone for help. I hate asking others for help because to me, it makes me feel like I'm weak. Like I'm incapable of doing things on my own without asking for help. This is not only something that has affected me in relationship-wise. I mean, I know this is the video about what I've learned in my past relationships, but this is something that like affects me in my dream job, which is content creation, right? In order for you to do well in content creation, collaboration is a big piece of it. And I'm so prideful to collaborate with others. I didn't think about it until I started thinking about it in this sense of what the issue of pride is. Because to me, if I'm like, I don't ask people for help, I get a lot more respect out of it. Because they're like, oh, he did it on his own. Look at him. He did it on his own. The issue is when you can't ask someone for help or receive help, it's like you're looking down on that person, right? You're looking down on the person who's willing to even offer it, which can also come off as being egotistical, right? You have such a big ego that you can't help ask help from anybody. And I didn't even think that it had negative connotations. I always thought that having more pride, people respect you more, but it kind of comes off as you being a dick because it's like you can't accept the help from someone else. Like, are you just too good to ask for help? No one's ever too good to ask for help. That's the thing. And I think I literally never even thought about it until I put it into the context of my dream job, which makes it even harder for me to look at it when I'm looking at it in a relationship standpoint. Because if I'm looking at it in a relationship standpoint, it's like saying my partner's not good enough for help. I can't ask the person I'm supposed to be with for help. How fucked up can you be? That's terrible. I also had that kind of mentality on mental health. If I didn't ask for help for my own mental health, if I did manage to succeed it on my own, people will respect me more than if I got help. The issue with that is, first, that's not true. Second, it's almost impossible to do that shit by yourself. You need help. And third, I'm crazy. I have too many mental issues for me to not to get help. I need help. Like, I need to seek good therapy, first off, and go on medication. And I always thought that like going on medication made me weak. I'm supposed to be this, I'm not saying I'm supposed to be this perfect person, but like I'm supposed to be this person that can handle his own shit, who's responsible enough to handle his own things. But that's something different, right? I didn't psychologically create my brain. My brain came pre-made. I just built on it. You're also seen as a much stronger person when you can do stuff, when you can ask people for help, when you can actually put your pride aside, put your ego aside, and like actually be able to ask for help, whether that be financial, whether that be mental, whether that be through anything. Well, you shouldn't do it all the time because too much of anything is bad. But when you do it, like how in my standpoints, I almost never ask for help. But when I do, it's because of actual, like, I need it. It's less of you were incapable of doing this thing on your own. It's more like you just needed a little push to get you over that hill. You were able to get the assistance that allows you to push forward. And the thing is, it's not like the help did everything for you. It's just that little push that lets you get to that point that you need to get. And I wish I could like apologize to every person I've ever rejected of help, because I know for sure my pride has definitely made me just reject help and situations. For first off, would have made life so much easier instead of making it so difficult for myself. But on top of that, it's like I just feel like I was talking down on people, and I feel so much like an asshole for doing that. If I ever had the opportunity to say it, I am sorry. I am sorry. And even though I'm not perfected at it yet, I'm still working on it. Until the day I die, I will work on my pride, because that's just, I have too much pride, and I need to be able to accept that I need help.
Communication.
I've had an issue with being able to talk to other people about my concerns and issues, things that bother me. On top of that, I'm terrible on being on the receiving end of that, which is weird. Constructive criticism should be something I'm used to, but sadly on YouTube and Twitch, you don't really receive constructive criticism. No one's gonna tell you what's wrong. It's probably most likely gonna come from someone closer, which makes it hurt that much more. But like also, for some reason in my past, and this is something that is like still affects me to this day, I've had relationships and I've been with girls before who's just for some reason didn't want to tell me what was wrong with me. In their mind, they thought, well, I can fix them. No, like over the course of the years, right, I've gotten even more stubborn, like even more stubborn than I've already been. How can I change the problem if I don't understand the problem? If you can't seem to drill that into my head that it's a problem, then how the fuck am I supposed to understand it? What's wrong? How is it wrong? Explain to me, make someone like me understand what's wrong. I remember when I was a kid and I used to do the same things over and over and over again. And my mom used to say it would go in one ear and out the other, because there's one such thing as hearing and there's another thing as listening. I've gotten somewhat better with this, but now it's kind of a stupid issue. Great example, right? If someone told me they didn't like my jokes, instead of thinking about changing the type of jokes that I'm making to where they seek comfort towards those type of jokes, I stopped making jokes around them. That's an extreme choice. That's stupid. That's a huge change. It's like in my brain, I can either make a change that's to the extreme, or I can not change at all and ignore the problem altogether. Some things are harder to change. I'm a pessimist. Kind of hard for a pessimist to become an optimist, because I only see the wrongs in the world, and it's so much harder for me to be able to see any positives out of all the outcomes that happen. It's like switching religion. They are two different belief systems, but that doesn't make it impossible. And that's another problem. I'm a person of proof. If I don't see any actual change within a fast period of time, I give up, because I feel like I'm gonna waste my time because I haven't seen any change. I haven't seen any difference in results. It's like a plant. It takes time and care and support for things to grow. I heard my stepdad say to my mom before, I don't want to go to bed angry. And it was I liked hearing it, but I never actually listened to it. Like, I never actually did it. I don't allow myself to feel a lot of times, right? So if I don't allow myself to feel, I don't allow myself to get hurt. If I don't allow myself to get hurt, then there's nothing to talk about. There's so many wrongs with that. That doesn't get rid of the thought that the other person should know that I'm hurt in the first place. They should know. And then the second thing is, they should be able to tell you that they're hurt without any negative connotations coming from that. Like, from either side, right? Either side should not be able to feel like they're afraid to tell you what's wrong. And that's my issue. That's one of my stupidest points. Because, like, I'm very open and, in some sense, comforting to people when they come to talk to me. It's why a lot of people talk to me about their problems. Especially for my significant other, they should be able to come to me and talk to me about the problems they're having without the fear of, I'm going to do something wrong. Right? Or I'm going to do something that's like fucked up. And the same thing should be coming from me. I should be able to trust the person that I'm with enough to be able to talk to them about what's wrong. Tell them what's wrong. Tell them what's going on. It's better for me to say it and let it hurt so that something could change about it. Because if I'm hurting, then they can see that it actually affects me. But at the same time, if nothing comes from that, then you can't expect me to believe you either. So it's like, you know, I figure that one out on its own. But that takes time. That's the whole point of building a relationship. Time is my second biggest issue because I get bored from being around the same person all the time. It's almost like it drains me. It makes me not want to be around them at all. But I never really expressed that, which I guess kind of like ties back to all the previous subjects that I talked about. Like, I like hanging out with my friends, but not all the time. I like cuddling, but not all the time. I like ordering out, but not all the time. I like and love many things, but not all the time. So it makes me kind of seem like I'm indecisive, but it's not that I'm indecisive. It's just like I like to learn and explore new things and enjoy them, just not with other people, unless they share the same type of passion. Pretty simple, right? If hypothetically, I was in a relationship with someone, and me and this person, we played video games, we made content, you know, we each separately made content, we each separately played games, and then we came together and became a relationship, and then we did that thing together, I would never want to do that all the time, because to me, that kills the enjoyment of it. To me, I enjoy things when I get it less. That's just me. I get more of a want for it because I got like explored to it, but I don't get it too often. But I never express it either, and I hate to say it, right? It's like, say something, dog. Can't like expect someone to understand what you're going through your mind. I have to be able to learn how to express myself. And the thing is, I am very good at expressing myself, actually, but only in video format, right? So it's like, figure this out. Figure it out. Figure it out. Think, Chime. Think. And the thing is, like, I've never brought like YouTube or Twitch to my significant other, right? Like, I've said I'm comfortable doing it around someone, but I never brought them into it. I think I've only done that once, and then that relationship failed. But like, for the most part, I don't really like, I never really bring someone into that. The worst part is it's kind of like taking away from the relationship because it's an opportunity that you can be able to bond with your person that you're with. And I feel like also another thing is like, I've spent time in my relationship doing this when I shouldn't. I shouldn't be taking this, overlapping that time, right? That time is supposed to be exclusive for that time. This time should be exclusive to this time. Yes, sometimes they can mix and match, right? But most of the time, like 95% of the time, it should never. And it's something that I had a problem with, like, especially the more I got into YouTube, it got way worse. Yeah, I gotta work on videos, man. I gotta work on streaming, man. I gotta constantly do this in order for me to grow. But it's like, if I'm not able to enjoy my relationship because of it, or my relationship is suffering because of it, then I should kind of fucking understand that I should not do this while I'm, you know, that's stupid. That's dumb. That's real dumb, and I shouldn't do it. Because it's weird. I'm really good at inviting people in. I'm very good at making people feel comfortable, but I'm even fucking better at excluding people. I am significantly better at excluding people and making people feel left out. I am very good at doing that. I need to be more set with my time. Things I want to do get my full attention instead of just mixing and overlapping shit. Although my job is a pain, and it's very good at interfering with whatever the fuck my time is, that doesn't mean that I should not spend time with my significant other. Just because my job took over the time I wanted to spend on YouTube doesn't mean I gotta cut into the time of a relationship just to work on a video. However, that does not mean to do the exact opposite. I shouldn't give my significant other all of my time. I need to have the proper mix between the love of my life and the hobbies. There should be a distinct amount of time I put into each one. One probably more than the other is more important, unless if it's like the way I make money. But like, you know, you get what I'm saying, right? I should have a proper mix. I started to do some changes in my life that has affected me positively. I already got a new therapist, and although I'm extremely anxious, I feel like that's the step in the right direction. My prior therapist, I don't think was a good therapist for me. This is gonna be really stupid to say on a video, but I started the no FAP thing, and already that's a pain in my ass. That's been like really hard to do. I feel like I've gotten more energy out of it. I have more want to do other things, right? Like, because I have all this energy to do it. I don't get tired as easily. I started taking cold showers, which is not that bad. But it's definitely a learning experience because it makes me feel awake. Like, it definitely wakes me up. It's such a massive change. But I definitely feel like I'm awake, right? Instead of feeling comfortable in the shower, I feel awake. And then, like, over time while you're in it, it's not that bad, right? Like, you kind of keep going, right? And eventually the cold stops being a problem. I started writing in a journal. Well, technically it's not a journal. I started writing on my tablet, things I want to get done, what's been going on in my head, all the positives and stuff, all the negatives and stuff. Because it's like, to me, it's like I write all the negatives. I take all the negatives, write it down. Once I put it down, I have nothing but the positives to think about for the rest of the day, right? Because I'm like, all right, I talked about all the negatives. I got all that out of my head. I said it. I said what I needed to say. All right, think about these positives right now. And I talk about things I'm grateful for, right? I'm grateful for my apartment. I love this apartment. Apartment's fucking amazing. Absolutely love this apartment. Love my PC, right? My PC is the reason why I can still do the things I love. Killer fucking boy. Strong. Very strong. I love my cat. He's over there in the corner, curled up in a ball. Because he's there. He's there till he dies, which is like very sad, but I'll never have to worry about that for a long time. So it's like, whatever. I realize I need to appreciate more shit. I appreciate things, but not to the point that I should. I know that I need to change. I have things about me that are not correct. I need to definitely work on. And the least thing I can do is actually do it. Anyway, thank you all for watching. It was very great. It's the first weird scripted video I ever made that feels natural. Like, it's actually like, this feels like me instead of like the prior recording I had of this. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Later.